See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation or drive to stay down there on a low level. But it calls on everything in you, ladies and gentlemen. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself. Sometimes I have to pull myself out of it. Come on. There are things I know I should do that I don't do, and things I shouldn't do that I do. I've found that the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself. There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. As you begin to look toward making this your decade, as you begin to look toward making your life different, as you begin to look at yourself, you've got to redefine yourself. Who are you right now, and who must you become in order to create what you want? What has to change about you? What is it that you're doing right now that would be a liability for you as you begin to look toward the future and take inventory of yourself? What is it about you right now that you've got to leave behind because this no longer fits? Looking at where you want to go and the kind of person that you must become, the kind of standards that you have for yourself. What is it that you must do differently? It makes sense. Unless you change your pattern, unless you change the way you're thinking, unless you change your behavior, you're going to continue to produce the same results in your life. See, all of us are winners, but some of us are producing results that we don't want. All you have to do is look at your game plan, look at your strategy. How have you been being? What is it that you've been doing to produce this? See, you are the director. You are the producer. You're writing the script. You are the star of your life. And as you begin to look at your life, you can decide whether or not it's a smash or whether or not it's a flop. That's in your hands. Look at your life. Look at where you want to go. Don't worry about your circumstances. Don't worry about your age. I have a friend who's up in age, over 70, and she wanted to build a multi-million-dollar complex. Her name is Johnny Coleman. Lenders and bankers said, you can't do that. You're too old. She ignored them. That building now stands, ladies and gentlemen, a multi-million-dollar structure. But there are a lot of people who would have listened to that. There are a lot of people who would not have even gotten to that point. They would have talked themselves out of even going down to the bank to ask for it because they've already said no to themselves. Say, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams. Yes to your unfolding future. Yes to your potential, as opposed to saying no. See, 87% of our self-talk is negative. So you've got to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to say yes to your dreams. Why not? Why not me? Don't spend time like most people going through life complaining. You've got to learn to let the past go so you can grow. Many people never act on their dreams because they allow their past experiences to determine what their possibilities are. Whatever you've done in the past, that's not a reflection of your possibilities. That's just a reflection of your consciousness. That's just a reflection of your development and your growth. The future is unfolding for you right now. The future is unlimited for you right now. No one knows where you can go. No one knows what you're capable of or what's possible for you. You don't even know that. I had no idea, ladies and gentlemen. No one could have convinced me that I was able to do this. I'll never forget, I was speaking in Detroit, and a high school friend of mine saw me afterwards. He was backstage, and he said, I can't believe it's the same person. And I thought for a moment, and I said, it's not. The person you knew, he's gone. We have the power to change our personal history. Changing the direction of our lives, changing our thoughts, changing where we want to go, exploring new horizons. I think that it's very important that you start trusting yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to that still small voice within you. Don't try to make everything logical. There are some things about life that defy logic, that you just can't explain how the outcome is going to be. But once you begin to trust yourself, your ideas, and your instincts, life takes on a whole new meaning. Because now I want you to do that. Feel that you are led. Just feel, I am led. I remember the worst speech I had ever given in my life. I let someone exploit a fear that I had for years. I had a tremendous inferiority complex because I'm not college educated. This person knew this, and she said, let me write this speech for you. You're going to speak at Ohio State University. Those people are very educated there, and they're going to know when you make grammatical errors. They're going to know because of the substance of your speech that you are not literate. I care about you. I don't want you to embarrass yourself. So this person proceeded to write a speech for me. I had a speech in my mind, but this person was stronger than I was negatively than I was positive about my own thoughts. And I gave my power away. With my permission, I allowed this person to guide me to do something that I really didn't want to do, but I didn't feel enough inner strength and conviction about my skills as a speaker and the message that I had to bring to stick by my gun. I got up there at the Ohio Union and I read this straight speech. I did not move. I did not take my eyes off the page because I'm not accustomed to reading. After I finished, some people gave me a standing ovation because I read it extremely well, but I was very tense and very nervous. Ladies and gentlemen, don't give your power away. You don't need anybody to approve your dream. It was given to you. If they can't see it, it's because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Hold it, nourish it, cultivate it, work on it. It's yours. It's your baby. Work on her until she comes into fruition. I gave away my power, and I said, I'm not going to do that anymore. Here's something else for those who make it today. Do what you know is right. Treat people like you want to be treated. Don't try to take any shortcuts. Don't try to cheat. Pay your dues up front. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, what goes around comes around. You can pay now, or you will pay double later. So do the right thing. There might be a tendency sometimes, because of the negative part of our consciousness and our own programming, for us to say, well, I'll just do it this time. It won't matter. Won't nobody know. Ladies and gentlemen, everything matters. You know you're somebody. I'd rather lose out on my dream doing the right thing than cheat trying to take a shortcut to get to my goal. I want to be able to look myself in the mirror, and that's what you want to do too. There's an old saying, judge a man not by what he does, but by what he doesn't have to do. The true quality of a man is revealed in what he does when nobody's looking. There's something good out there for you, something in the universe that has your name on it. Nobody can get your good. It has your name on it. They can't take your stuff. It's your stuff. So when you know that, when you truly know that whatever you're seeking is also seeking you, you don't worry, you don't run scared, you don't think somebody's going to take it from you. You listen to your inner voice and you always take the high road. There will be the tendency, the natural inclination to take the low road. You must resist that. Here's something else I encourage you to do if you want to make it today. Keep your agreements. Keep the agreements you make. Establish a network of people who will also do that. Build a network of people in your life that you can count on. People who will be there for you when you need them. Here's another thing when you're working on your dream. A lot of people might say, hey man, I read about you in the paper. You're lucky. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Here's something else. 3 P's to have in your life while working on your dream. You must be patient, persistent, and positive no matter what. I used to be a door-to-door salesman. I had X number of TVs. I had a minimum amount I knew I had to sell every day to provide for my mother, who was ill at the time. She lost her job at the M&M cafeteria because of arthritis. I said, I'm going to go door to door. Sometimes I wouldn't come home until 1 in the morning. I'd knock on doors. People would open up. What do you want? Would you like to buy a nice working television set? No money down? No. What about an Emerson TV? No, thank you very much. Do you know anybody else who might be interested? No, thank you, kindly. Knock on another door. Hello, would you like to buy a nice working television set? No money down? No. Get away from our door. Thank you very kindly. Do you know anybody else? Yeah, my cousin lives 2 doors down. Thank you very kindly. I'll tell him you sent me. Then I'd knock on that cousin's door. Your cousin told me you wanted to buy a television set, told me to come here and talk to you. We've got a special discount for you. Yeah, come in, I'm interested. I would just keep going. I wouldn't go home until I made a sale. It's an interesting thing, ladies and gentlemen, when we put ourselves in a situation where we say we're going to do it, it puts us in another zone. The universe responds to you. When you have that kind of consciousness, the universe responds to the man or woman who refuses to be denied, because that is commitment. That business you want, that book you want to write, that dream you have of controlling your destiny, that is yours. The power to create that, to manifest that, is yours. It's available to you. But you've got to be willing to stand there and face disappointment, to not have support, to be lonely, to doubt yourself sometimes, to be rejected again and again and again, to become bankrupt if necessary, again and again and again, and refuse to turn around until life gives it up. Nothing can resist a person who has that kind of commitment. The people who have made a difference on this planet, when John F. Kennedy said, "We will go to the moon in the next decade," he spoke it. That was a commitment. People shared that vision. People bought into that. We've had all kinds of examples in history where people made declarations, people who committed their lives to bringing about a difference. There are people taking a stand today against hunger. I guarantee you it will be a part of our past at some point in time. Someone took a stand against polio. It no longer plagues us as it once did, because someone said, "It is my commitment to eradicate it from the face of the earth." The reason we're here, enjoying the democracy we have, is because someone made a commitment. They said, whatever is required, even if it means that I die. I remember Paul Robeson saying, "Here I stand, for I can do no other." That's how you must be. Commitment means standing up for your life. It means honoring yourself. It means beginning to see and recognize your alignment and oneness with the universe, that you are a channel for life to express through. But we short-circuit that with anger. We short-circuit it with fear. We short-circuit it with envy. We short-circuit it by being lazy or apathetic or giving up easily. Why? Why do we say, "Oh, it's too hard"? Why don't we challenge our spirit? Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing as powerful as the human spirit. You can't destroy it. You can pervert it, but you can't destroy it. I was reading Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. What a powerful book. I'm reading it now for the 7th time. He gives so many graphic examples of the power of the human spirit. So what are some of the things that can fortify us, that can give us the kind of inner strength that allows us to propel ourselves into the future by manifesting our commitments? Number one, commitment means in some cases going back to school, getting some training, sitting in classes with people younger than you, putting yourself in a position where you don't know. And that's awkward and uncomfortable, but because of your commitment to develop yourself to get that high school diploma or that college degree, it doesn't matter. Feeling dumb and thinking, "What am I doing here?" It's a matter. Commitment could mean a lot of things. It could mean you got to back up sometimes. Back up but not give up. Regroup. Back up and regroup and come back again because life has waylaid you, because you got knocked down. Commitment means you get back up.